and it's a bunch of my favorite songs from Japanese. I don't want to say standards, but songs that everybody knows. There are current songs and there's older songs and traditional songs, and mostly pretty current songs. But I just did them my way, and obviously, instead of with vocals, I did everything with guitar. And I did that album, and then just last year I did Tokyo Jukebox 2, which is obviously the second installment of that series, and just more insanity. Basically, the idea was to take stuff that everybody over here knows and do it in just such a completely destroyed and warped way that either you can't stand it and you hate it, or you just think it's the best thing ever. So there's no really like middle ground. It's just I kind of destroyed everything and then kind of built it up from the beginning. And I just love doing it. I really hope I do another one, and I'm so excited that it's going to come out in America, because it's the type of thing that I really don't think there's anything else like it, for better or for worse.
I've certainly never heard it.
I mean, if you were to compare it to, like, America, like, what kind of songs would you have picked if you were doing it from, like, like our culture?
That's a great question, and I haven't even heard that yet. I don't know.
Sean is very proud of himself right now.
Yeah, he just gave himself a pat on the back.
I'm literally just dropped my mic and about to walk out the door.
Yeah, that's a really good question, and wow, I wish I would have had a chance before time to think about it.
Oh, we should have done a pre-interview.
I don't know. I guess. Let me put it this way: maybe something that someone who is a metal fan would absolutely abhor. Something that they would really like. I don't know. What do metal guys hate back in America?
The Macarena.
The Macarena. I don't think I could go that far.
But like pop music, like if it would be like Lady Gaga or Britney Spears or something like that.
Yeah, the thing is, man, I just think that stuff's cool anyway, man. I think that's cool. I would have to, I don't know, man. Do metal guys really hate that stuff?
Of course.
Well, not Lexi from Children of Bodom.
I feel like there's just like a segment of metalheads, not to stereotype all metalheads, that are just like only metal. If it's not metal, I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, because we've talked to other metalheads that just like music, and then like so
right. Yeah, that's what I would think. That's more people are like that now. I mean, just metal seems like it was kind of like 1985. I mean,
well, thrash is making
most of the people who I know who do like really, really extreme metal stuff are like myself, the completely other way. I mean, they just listen to anything. They don't really put a genre on anything. But
right.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know that's such a great question. I have to think about it. But maybe like stuff that is just like great songs, but they're not really in the metal genre.
Right. Well, if you come up with a good example during the duration of the interview, you can say it, and if not,
yeah, I will do that. But that's a good question, and I'm going to borrow that next time that someone asks me.
Feel free to call us back anytime, like if it's like 3 in the morning, just Skype us. Like, oh, I got it.
Yeah. Just make sure to give me a footnote if you do.
So I'll give you credit.
How long have you been living in Japan now? How long has it been?
I've been here for about 8 years now, yeah.
Wow. That's so you've pretty much immersed yourself in the culture, right? You speak Japanese and everything.
Yeah.
What was it?
Well, back in the mid to late 90s, I started listening to the current Japanese pop music, like, exclusively. I mean, I just got so into it that I completely forgot about what was happening back in America, and whatever was happening back then wasn't really turning me on that much. And I just got to the point where I got to go do this. And then, like in early 2000s, I came over here and really never looked back. And it's been a great thing, great decision, great thing that I've been able to do and grow musically. And finally, it's kind of going full circle and to the point where I want to bring what I'm doing, at least a small part of what I'm doing, back to America and the rest of the world. And I really feel comfortable about doing that now. But absolutely had so many amazing experiences over here that I keep doing, and I just want to share some of the stuff with the people who supported me outside of Japan for all these years. So it's really an exciting thing that Prosthetic has put out these records of mine, and we got some big plans for the future too.
Now, as a fellow Jew, I wonder, are there kosher delis in Japan? Can you get a good pastrami on rye?
Good one. I wouldn't know, but
not a pastrami fan?
I actually am, but there's really very little of that kind of stuff. But like, there's a lot of similar things. I mean, if you like pastrami, then I guess beef tongue would be good.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Are there is there any sort of I'm just wondering, is there any Jewish culture in Japan? Like, are there synagogues in Japan or anything? Is there enough of a demographic?
There might be, and I'm really not a good person to ask about this because I'm about as unreligious as you can get. I mean,
right.
I just don't really talk about religion much or get into it. And actually, that's one of the things I really like about Japan, because religion is kind of a non-issue over here. Back home, people, there's all kinds of religious, discrimination and prejudice, and people are always talking about religion in the news and politics and that stuff. And in Japan, it's kind of a non-issue, and believe it or not, a lot of people don't even really know what religion they are. It's just kind of a blurry, it's kind of a non-issue, and I really like that, because that just seems to sap the energy out of you whenever the subject of religion comes up. I mean, it's the same thing as the subject of music. What music is good and what music is bad? I mean, there's no answer, so why argue about it,
Yeah.
So I kind of really, that's one of the things that really hit me about Japan, is nobody really gets